How many PS5s does bro have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and now 13. Number 12 was also a digital console, but it was just a base console. So I did have to get number 13, which is the slim PS5 bundle with Spider-Man 2. I've seen comments complaining about how not to call this new PS5 slim and how Sony isn't calling it slim. Well, if you go to their website, just have a look at the model code. It does say slim. The box might not say slim in big bold letters, but yeah, Sony is referring to these newer models as slim in some way or form. This is actually a really small box, much easier to carry around than even the disc edition slim bundles. Disc-free gaming. Let's open this up and see what's inside. Breaking the seal here, remove the outer box art, typical white PlayStation box here. There's the usual accessories that come with this right on top. It's really exactly the same you would get with any of the other disc edition slim consoles. We got the 2 feet for setting the console horizontally. This new PS5 doesn't come with the vertical stand. You do have to spend an extra $30 to get one. Standard power cable, typical white DualSense controller, nothing fancy. HDMI 2.1 cable, and a USB cable for connecting and charging the controller. Now the bottom here does have a quick start guide and a safety guide. Let's pull out the PS5 console. Now don't throw out the box just yet. The digital code for Spider-Man 2 game is loose in the box. You do scratch the back to get the code. So if it's already scratched, then you just picked up a returned PS5. I'm going to slide out the digital edition console here, and here it is. It feels actually lighter than the original console and slimmer, of course. There's 4 side covers. The top ones are glossy and the bottom ones are matte. We get this cover on the bottom instead of the disk drive, but you can of course buy the disk drive later for $80 and easily install it. The inputs on the front, the back are all the same as the disc console. I mean, it's essentially the same console without the drive. This thing is slim. It's the slimmest of the bunch. It looks even slimmer than the tiny Xbox Series S. And here's how it looks next to the original disc edition PS5. We got the slimmest versus the fattest PS5. I also have it here next to other current gen consoles, including the Xbox Series X. I was curious about the horizontal stand on this console. This thing doesn't include a vertical stand, of course, but you can still have it positioned vertically without the stand if you want. Now here's the 2 feet. I have the console sitting flat in this position. The console is facing me and the logo is on top. The 2 feet go into these holes. One goes on the top here and another one goes on the bottom, just like the disc edition ones. I can flip over the console to the horizontal position. And you can see this ends up taking a lot of surface here. This thing's still tall and wide, so having it this slim doesn't really matter unless you have it set up vertically. There's another issue here with those tiny horizontal feet. There's a huge gap right here where the disk drive gets installed, and guess what? It's not stable. I can press down here and bang it against the table. I have it set up now here with HDMI cable as well as the power cable. It took me about 15 minutes to set up and then a few hours to actually download some games. The setup's like any other PS5. I mean, even this image at the start is not really accurate. It's not the slim. This is the OG console. Now the digital console isn't bad if you want the cheapest version that's available right now. I mean, if you can find the OG one for $400, great. That's better. But even with this one, Sony should have really kept the price at $400. I'm actually okay with the replaceable drive being $80. Heck, make that drive $100 even. But that digital edition console should have carried a $400 entry price. And I just hate that there's no vertical stand here, especially on the digital one. This right here just isn't acceptable. That's basically what you need to know if you plan on getting the new PlayStation 5 Slim Digital. Let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, and I do have instruction videos on how to install a disk drive in this and also how to upgrade your storage. I'll leave links to that in the description so you can check that out.